It's a funny thing, devotion. Those who draw their belief in the physical world find power in the certainty of this. The question is whether devotion can be utilised towards monarchical or governmental stability in relation to cultural terms. People such as Swinburne and Mesmer developed the system we now know as spiritualism in the mid-17th century. The assertion, therefore, in the absolute divinity of a king these days meets with that of hilarious condemnation and disgust. Indeed, it wasn't really that good to begin with, and it fell through disastrously with what we call our civil war. That's another issue. Though towards the late 19th century, others like Carl Jung and Durkheim laboured long to try and convince people that the world should be viewed from a purely scientific basis.
Extraordinary. I don't think I've ever come across a more deeply embedded illusion.
Thomas More, just before his execution on the grounds of treason, wrote to his daughter of his reservations on the divinity of a single king. There are a number of the population that still do see the royal family as an institution of adoration, even today.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Brand Finance seems to reckon that the royals' net worth to the economy is apparently 1.155 billion today. Of course, we don't have to worry about being decapitated if we worship the wrong deity today, so that's a bonus. Further, this contribution is scowled upon by the anti-royalists of the nation as it presents disparagement between the amount it costs to maintain them. Though what would become of us without our national identity? Some say we might be phenomenally better. There are certainly a grand portion of the population who are religious about transubstantiation of gender issues and declaring that just because they feel they are a manifestation of the opposite sex, everyone should regard them as such. So much so that such assertions have been to be defined by the High Court today. Only when legislation had declared that gender was not malleable was the official opinion relented. This is to the inevitable. It's absurd, but wouldn't it be nice to be certain of your place in life?
There's enough uncertainty in the universe as it is.
Now, while both scholars and thinkers are very much of the same mind on some topics, they can be drawn into two distinct categories on others. For example, such thinkers tend to be academics of a varied sort who labour to distinguish life as financial and distinct plane in which matter interacts with its brother and creates a bigger and better matter. While doers, on the other hand, tend to be of a slightly different order. As such, we have seen with the quangos that run our government today, propagating DEI and pushing for the sort of financial development that cannot exist without the private sector levelling out the public sector. Now, wouldn't it be sweet to wake up in the morning and know what you believe was right and true beyond all doubt?
It's happening, Reg! Something's actually happening, Reg!
Yeah.
And the variations of opinion of the world were a blasphemy to human thought. Some think this is true.
You swallowed that?
But there is still a staunch need for identifiable origins to validate our historical perspective on life. As such, some of the opinion that royalty is needed in England today. It is to be noted that, despite this, the man in the street do find themselves on the end of the serpent's tooth if they are wearing last year's wardrobe. Now, this also is a reflection of the fact that our national dress, comprising of a gentleman's suit and tie, hunting attire effectively speaking, has gone completely out of the window.
If I looked any better, I'd be illegal.
All in favour of the diversity which England today purports to define itself with. I prefer looking like I stepped out of the 20th century rather than the 21st, personally. A reality that Messrs Trump and Starmer ignore with alarming alacrity. Devotion has turned into something that is expected of society through the Human Rights Act rather than through oneself.
But I propose we hit it hard and hit it fast with a major, and I mean major, leaflet campaign.
Legislated identity, realisation and absorption of these truths and absurdity need to be addressed before the government can discard the pyre on which Thomas More burned. After all,
If you didn't want the answer, you shouldn't have asked the question.
Give us a good clicking.
Shakanaka.